This is how you can build courage and break through fear in 6 steps. Many people think courage means not being afraid, but this belief is exactly what keeps them stuck. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is to take action despite fear. 8 years ago, on my pilgrimage to Santiago, I all of a sudden found myself confronted with a pack of dogs, approximately like this picture here, and I was bitten by the leader. The system I'm sharing with you in this video helped me overcome the fear I felt thereafter and continue my journey to Santiago. And the same process you can use to break through whatever holds you back from getting what you want. Just for context, this video is part of my series about the high-performance habits. Courage is not only important to perform at our best, but especially to live a life of freedom. Let's dive in. Imagine that every centimeter on this ruler is a year of your life. So if it starts here, it would mean that's 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, and 75 years. 75 years is the average, the global average in the year 2025. Average in terms of life expectancy. What do you think do people regret the most at the end of their lives? What the dying told to Bronnie Ware, a former palliative care nurse, is this. This book has changed my life. It inspired me to listen more to what I hear from within, to listen to my heart. Shortly after having read that book, I quit a job that didn't fulfill me. I traveled the world for 9 months, found a work that I loved, lost it again in a restructuring, and now I'm building my own coaching business and a YouTube channel. The first step to build courage is to be aware of what we fear or what we avoid doing. Fear does not feel comfortable. It's exactly the same for myself, and I prefer to feel secure than feeling fear. However, it helps if we see fear just as a signal and not like a stop sign. Simply by noting it, there is fear. After the dog attack, my fear was crystal clear. I didn't want it to be bitten again. Just a brief anecdote. Immediately after the dog had bitten me, I continued walking approximately 1 kilometer, and all of a sudden, in the middle of nowhere, there appeared an ambulance car. I gave them a sign, they stopped, and I asked them if they have some disinfectant or if there is a pharmacy nearby. Their reaction was this. They started laughing and said that if in a few weeks from now they will read about a one-legged pilgrim that arrived in Santiago, at least they would know who it was. Of course, I laughed as well. Humor is not only super important in life overall, but especially in a situation of fear. But back to the topic, whatever your fear may be, naming it is already progress. Ask yourself this: what is something that matters to you and you fear or avoid doing? Once this work is done, we move forward to step 2, which is to gain clarity. And when I say clarity, I mean clarity about what happened, as well as clarity about our goal. If I talk about my journey and the experience, the incident that I had, my goal was to continue my pilgrimage to Santiago. I had a very deep desire to continue. But I wanted to understand what happened in the incident. Why did the dog bite me? Before that, I was not afraid of dogs. I liked dogs. We had a dog in our house when I was a child, so I loved dogs. I started researching in the internet, and the first thing I found out is this, that dogs in a group of dogs, a pack of dogs, they behave differently than single dogs. There is a group dynamic that can be in certain situations more dangerous. To me, it meant, all right, if I encounter a similar situation the day after, maybe I would rather prefer to take a different way. The second thing that I learned was that I made a mistake when I approached the pack of dogs. My tactic was wrong. I directly walked towards the lead dog with the intention of acting as if he wouldn't exist. He did exist, what he showed me with his bite. And the third thing that I noted was the hiking sticks. I didn't have them in my hands when I passed, so I couldn't defend myself immediately. I had to get them from the side. I didn't have them on the rear side, but I had them on the side. So that was another thing that I could have improved. If it's about gaining clarity, ask yourself this question. What is triggering your anxiety or feeling of discomfort? And write it down. And second, what would the ideal movie scene look like in which you handle this situation with confidence? Having a clear understanding of the situation and our goal is the foundation for building a robust strategy. So my strategy was this. I wanted to confront the fear gradually in small, manageable steps. And the second thing I wanted to do was to make a plan. And when I say a plan, I'm talking about a fear plan and not a no fear plan, because I knew there would be fear anyway if I would be again confronted with a group of dogs or maybe one dog that looks threatening. So my strategy, and when I say gradually, I mean this: distance, closer, and very close. These are the gradual steps that I would make anyway. From a distance, I would see if the situation is clear or not. If not, I would choose a different path. I didn't want to force myself. If yes, everything all right, I would pick up my hiking poles and continue walking. The second step would be to get closer. I told myself, as soon as I'm near a farmhouse, I would see what the situation is. In case of emergency, if there is again a group of dogs that looks dangerous, I wouldn't have forced myself. I would have preferred to choose another path and walk back. Or if everything looks okay, if there is maybe a group of dogs and looks okay to me, then I would simply have continued walking calmly with the I have a plan mindset. And as soon as I was very close, I would have learned the lessons from my research. So it was clear to me that I wouldn't again directly walk into the territory of the dog. I would rather do a curve around him. Or in case of emergency, I would have the sticks ready and I would shield myself so that the dog wouldn't attack me. But it was clear in any way that once I was clear, I had to stay calm, I had to walk a curve, and in case of emergency, I would have to protect myself and stay calm. That's how my strategy looked like. But for other fears, it's similar. If, for example, you have a fear of public speaking, you wouldn't start public speaking in front of 10,000 people. Typically, what would be recommended is you start at home in front of the mirror, and then maybe you start talking in front of a small group, and then a larger group, 50 people, 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, and so on. Such a gradual approach helps to slice the fear into manageable portions. If you want to build your own strategy, the following question could help. What 3 possible solutions do you see when it comes to developing a strategy? And one thing is sure, whatever our fear or struggle might be, there are so many experts in so many different domains, whether it is in our families or friends or professionals, psychologists, therapists, doctors, coaches, other experts. It would be a mistake not to ask for help. And once our strategy is clear, we are ready for step number 4, which is to take action and to execute our plan. So this is the moment we step outside of our comfort zone and take action despite of fear. To me, it meant the following. I went outside, I continued walking the next day, and proceeded as planned. I checked the situation when I've seen a farmhouse in the distance and took a decision. I moved forward, got closer, and I could see quite an aggressive dog again at the next farmhouse that I encountered. But it was a single dog. So I decided, yes, I move forward. I could feel my heart was beating faster, and I could feel I was afraid. But it was clear to me that I wanted to execute the plan that I had. I didn't want to repeat the mistake. This time I wouldn't directly enter the territory of a dog, but I would walk a curve around him, not look at him, rather fix the horizon, and in case of emergency, protect myself. So I remembered when I was there, the dog was quite rude, and he came closer and closer. I took my sticks and I simply protected myself from behind, and I kept walking normally. Didn't feel comfortable, but luckily the dog didn't follow me, and I made it happen. I went through it. But that's exactly where growth happens. If we encounter the fear and we go through it. And once we have done that, it's time to look back and to reflect, how did it go? When we reflect, and in order to build courage, 3 things are important. Number 1 is to celebrate action, whether it worked or whether it did not work. The fact that you showed up needs to be celebrated. You must congratulate yourself and be proud that you had the courage to face the situation. That's the first thing that matters. And the second point is to look at the situation that happened and learn from it. What can you learn? What are the takeaways? And number 3 is, what can you do better? What can we learn? What can we improve? With these 3 simple steps, we get better and better every time. Fact is that courageous action does not guarantee success. Sometimes you will speak up and be ignored. Take a risk and fall short. Be vulnerable and get hurt. Courage means accepting this possibility and act anyway. And finally, step 6 is about repetition. Repetition simply means to face the same fear again. Courage is like a muscle. It builds through repetition. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day as well. Good things take repetition and practice, falling down, getting up again, and continuing every day with consistency. The most powerful thing we can do is to make courage a habit. And an easy way to do that is to start the day with what we fear the most first. Basically, from a time management perspective, it's important that we do the most important thing first. There is absolutely nothing wrong about that. But if we do what we fear the most first, we build incredible momentum, and it helps us get the important stuff done even better. What helped you the most to build courage? Please drop a comment so that other viewers, as well as myself, can learn from your experience. Back to my pilgrimage, I continued walking day by day. I came across plenty of more dogs and other animals. Haven't been bitten anymore. Seen beautiful landscapes, met amazing people, and finally arrived in Santiago and at the Atlantic coast. As you can see, with both legs. Now I want you to ask yourself the following. What big dream would you love to pursue? And what is one small step you can take towards it today? If you want to go deeper, please join my newsletter for weekly tools to help you grow with courage and joy. And otherwise, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, or if you want to continue exploring, please watch one of these 2 videos about the other high-performance habits. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to see you again.